Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandragon's Cave. Today we are gonna be drawing Inktober 52 and the prompt, the word is river. I don't know why I've done this Halloween and river voice, but basically you know that this channel and the things I do are more focused in characters. We always do a character somehow in whatever topic we have. We're just gonna mark more or less the space that we have to work for today. Okay, so I don't wanna do a background, but we are gonna be focusing in doing more kind of a sketchy doodle idea concept for like a illustration to be at some point a sketchy thing. We are gonna do sketchy things today, and yeah, feel free to grab a pencil and grab some pens if you have. You can stop the video here and we can go step by step. Maybe it's nice to do like one of these step by steps that you are not normally used to do. I'm gonna start upside down today. I'm gonna start for the end. I'm gonna be using the little aqua brush duo that I've been using lately. That is very nice for Inktober. I'm enjoying it a lot. And yeah, it's river is the word, and I am fascinated about the concept of in Lord of the Rings. There is this moment where the Nazguls, the Black Riders, are following Arwen while she's carrying Frodo, okay, and they cross the river, and how she's already in her territory. There is more. She has more control of the environment, and the environment is protecting her because, you know, being an elf and all these things. So I want to do something similar, but not in that concept. I don't want to do the horses becoming water and thingy. We want to do exploration here of a character, a giant guy. If you see, you start imagining in the drawing what's gonna happen here. We see a supposed to be head here. Okay. I've been reading the Chronicles of Narnia lately. I finished them, I think like 1 month ago or 2 months ago. I finished them. I've done a drawing for my colleagues van challenge, and the first word was dwarf, and I used Trumpkin as a character. Trumpkin is one of the main characters in the Narnia stories, if you have read them. And in that story as well, C.S. Lewis uses the concept of this river and the horses as well. Kind of there is life. There is life in the river, and something is happening from the river. Okay, if you watch the movies, the movies are only 3 movies from the 7 books. They picked only 3 books and they made the movies. But there is some moments that you have this kind of nymphs of the forest, nymphs of the river, nymphs of the ocean and the sea, and as well they have gods, the god of the river. And I think it's in the latest movie you have this massive kind of Poseidon water monster humanoid that it goes up. It comes through the water and it holds the bridge and everything and destroys everyone there and things like this, no? In the movies. So I kind of want to do something like this, but not in a scary way, not in a menacing way. As you see, we are talking about water, river, ocean, sea. So it's nice to use some kind of brush that you are not defining yet. Later, I'm very eager to use my pen, my fine liner. I'm gonna use it in a moment. But first, I want to define a kind of water concept. Okay, so try to not make lines. Kind of do like this, tap, 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 tap. Be tapping like this, tapping like you're doing dots with small lines, tap, 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 okay? And yeah, something like this, it can be very interesting to simulate in illustration water, and in this cartoony style that I always have and I always do. I don't want to do legs. I want to make him like he's kind of emerging from the water. We're gonna make like a mass of water that is supposed to be the river, obviously. The river here, okay? This is, as you can see, I said today we are gonna be doing something different. I'm starting upside down. I'm starting at the end, when I normally will do a little bit of pencil or a little bit of line work, and then I will go to pen, to color pen. But for today I thought, because the word is kind of sensitive, like it's character sensitive, it's like how I am gonna do a character and it's river. I don't know what people is gonna be doing around Inktober 52 for this week, but when I saw the prompt yesterday, I thought, okay, I need to do, I fancy doing something like this, so let's try. So yeah, if you have stopped the video when I said, and you took a pen and you are kind of following a little bit along this tapping that I'm doing here, here and then, kind of finding a little bit of volumes, finding a little bit of shapes here in the water. Okay, you don't need to do much, so you can make, like, for example, the river is disappearing here at some point, it's kind of going like this, so to not make a straight line, or it can be separating as well. It's going that way, it's going this way. It's a very, very big river, very wide. Okay, so something like this. So you kind of understand the concept. This is a mass of water, the river is there. Okay, we have this kind of giant mass of something. It's like a humanoid form coming out, but it's not defined yet. It is only, you see, just giving the intuition. Your artistic intuition is telling you, okay, this is a body. This shape is an arm that is kind of long, deepening into the water here. How this is nice brush. You tap again, and it will give you kind of a second tone as well, like this. You see, we can to insinuate that is another arm that is going here. Maybe it's half arm creating, is kind of gonna be created from the side. This seems to be like some sort of beard looking, like water beard or something like this. This can be the eyes. We don't do a face. You don't draw a face as such here, okay? You just make some taps here, like this, to create this effect. Okay. We can make, let's say we are gonna make like another kind of, here is when the river kind of converges into from two rivers. Let's say there is a separation here, for example. This is the imagination. As you see, do this thing when you are drawing, when you are sketching or doodling and doing these things, when you are trying to find an idea. This is called brainstorm, and normally you will do brainstorm before, put a lot of words together, and from there start drawing. But in this case, for doodling, for sketching, you can do this. You can talk with the drawing, and the drawing talks to you, like, okay, so I think I have a lot of blank space here, I'm gonna make like this. And if you think about it, if you think about watching a movie, we are like watching in a camera from the air, like we are in a helicopter here, watching the scene, that there's someone here, okay? And what I wanna do here, this is gonna be grass. I want this to be grass next to the thingy, and the giant river is gonna be looking down, because there is gonna be someone standing here, very, very small person here, that I'm just gonna mark with this pen, but I'm gonna do it with the other pen, with the fine liner in a moment, okay? So we can make something like this, that the converging of rivers is happening here. It's coming from there. It continues here. There's some streams maybe here on the side, a little bit of stream here as well, turning around like that. Maybe there's some rocks here that we will do in a moment. Something like this. And as we draw, we can evolve the drawing, okay? So I think we have a very nice first layer for what we are doing today. And then Let's see. I'm gonna try to, not sure if you can see everything good, but I'm just gonna try to focus a little bit more. Yeah, I think there we got it. Yeah. Sorry if it was a little bit blurred, because I have the camera and I'm drawing and I don't know, but I think we are good, no? Yeah, I think we're good. So, what I'm going to be doing now, as I said, I'm going to be using the fine liner, again, Uniball, the Unipin ball fine liner. And as we have been doing until now so far, okay, we don't want to make thick lines, clear lines or anything, we just want to tap a little bit, like doing dots, doing a small, cutting the lines like this, like, okay, there is a body here. We want to make like a little bit more here because there is gonna be like a eye. Okay, it's kind of simulating hair, that the hair is flowing here. Always trying to draw with intention, so the water is flowing. Imagine how it will fall. Don't draw only in one part of the drawing ever. Try to do, okay, going down. So, oh, maybe this is like a kind of a beard thing, you know. Try to cut the lines like this. No need to do finish lines or anything like that. And then how he's emerging. When doing water, I always like to do this kind of small circles, small balls, like, you know, like we have the foam when there is like a a cascade or something there. You have these little circles. He's emerging, so we need to make this kind of some lines that they curve a little bit and go up and go down. It's coming from there. Okay, it's looking good. And as well here as well in the riverside, doing the riverside like this. And then you can start doing some lines as well like this, like up, lines up, because this is gonna be a grass around, some greenery around here. You have some bushes, for example, something like this. I think it's looking very nice so far. This is different concept of what we normally do. You can say that it is more illustration. This perfectly, you can continue working a lot in this until the level that you want, and have illustration for a book that you made, for children's book illustration, something like this. And yeah, I always like to talk a little bit about children's book illustration because my style is very cartoony and it fits very nice for this kind of topic and genre. And yeah, so we have here more water. And as you see, I'm using 0.1 today because small drawing, because small details, because small scenery, and we don't want to do any big thing. If you are a artist that you draw more like a painting, probably you want to use thicker materials, and you will maybe paint one pass with one color and do bigger sorry, bigger areas painted and everything. But I think you need to find your style. I'm just telling you what works for me and what I enjoy the most. That is kind of this this type of drawing, the cartoony and the simple, and well, not simple, but simplified. Let's say simplified. So here in this riverside, in this part of the river, we are gonna make it up because it's grass. All of this is gonna be like kind of grass, like this. And then I wanna make here, without, just, it's gonna be just a silhouette, to give to understand there is someone here, and it can't even be that the person is kind of wearing a hat, like it's like a wizard or like a witch or something. Very small, like this. He's holding maybe a staff. He's holding a staff and maybe pointing here to the hand. There's like another hand to another tool, maybe like a sword or something, yeah. Like a branch of something. Maybe he has two staffs here. you're working as well. Later you say, okay, I like this, I'm gonna pass it to, just gonna change the direction a little bit, like the river is coming, but he's flat here. This is like some fields there. Okay. Yeah, looking good. So kind of using this kind of concept like in Lord of the Rings as well, that you have Gandalf against the Balrog, this massive monster, but this is not a dangerous scene. This I'm kind of trying to show more, or if you see, you don't see danger here. It is not a menacing giant river water god that is kind of putting on top of the person, on top of this wizard here. It's kind of more kind of summoning him. It's kind of, maybe we have this this wizard guy, this we are gonna call it Top Hat. Top Hat just went this way. There's like a little path here. We're gonna make like a little path as well. Small circles, small lines, doodling. There are rocks here as well. He just went for advice, because this is a very, very old bean. We can even do, I think I fancy doing some like a crown like this. I made something similar for my Sauron design when I done the drawing for the Silmarillion. You can feel free to check it in Instagram as well. I don't have it on YouTube, that one, but you can check it on Instagram. I love this type of crowns. It reminds me Lord Olympus. Rachel sometimes does this type of crowns like this, like they are fading. They're kind of ethereal, like more godly, I would say, and it is very nice. So kind of this kind of river god that we are doing here. It's gonna have more things, and we can even play with the concept of, look, if he's so big, that we do this kind of V shape forms on the very top like this. It's like maybe sparrows or some other type of bird flying around him, you know, like going around, to crows. Maybe it would be very nice. You know, we make it black. There are crows flying around on top of him because he's very high, very high. And then this is the front. We have the front. Okay. Okay, something like this is looking very nice. It's kind of riverside here, the river bank. There's some grass, a little bit of hill. We focus the attention here, and maybe we don't draw anything else around him, like they do in manga. In manga, this is the main point of view that I want to see in my drawing. So in manga, they will make like a non-visible circle, not defined circle, but they will do things around to define the attention to here. Here we have it quite focused because I'm pointing at him like this, pointing at him with all the lines, but we need something here as well. And I was thinking about it need a little bit of just a few lines. We are gonna insinuate that there is a very, very old forest here, for example, like this. Yeah, and as I said, don't be afraid of the paper. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Okay, just do lines, do drawings, have sketchbooks around all the time, and wherever you can find a piece of paper, just do some drawings and just keep doing things like this, because it's a very beautiful thing when you finish a sketchbook and have all these drawings, all these characters, all these stories, all these scenes. It is very, very nice. So we're kind of making some rocks. Maybe there are some rocks here as well. Okay. So we are doing a very, very nice progress. Very, very interesting, very nice progress. Let's define a little bit, not define, but kind of give a second pass of this kind of water god, this river god, He's basically the river god. I'm gonna call him the river god. The water is flowing down like this. You see, I want a little bit darker, then I pass with the pen a couple of times to define. Like this, something like this. He's kind of emerging from there. All these kind of little circles simulating foam, like when a cascade is flowing and everything. We don't wanna paint full paint. We wanna leave these kind of unpredictable white spaces showing the bottom of my drawings, showing the blank paper. Why? Because that's gonna give life to the water. It's gonna look like it's vibrating the water. It's very, very nice, very interesting. So try to practice it at home a little bit. Try to, you know, as I said, take a pencil, take a pen, do some very, very, very lines like this. No need to press, no need to push it much. Just the river is flowing like this, like the pencil needs to flow a little bit, and then it converges here. So one river is coming here, another river is coming this way. They converge here in the middle, and there, in this point where the X, this kind of Y zone is marked, that is when we can have our wizard, our guy coming here to summon the River King. This is the point that where he appears. Being the correct person, deciding the correct things and aiming for the correct things to help nature and to help the forest, you are able to summon the River King, the river god, and talk to him. And that is very, very nice. That is looking very, very nice. This very nice sketch here. Yeah, very nice sketch. Now I'm gonna have another tone of this same type of pen that I'm just gonna insinuate, okay, that we have a horizontal mass of land. You don't need to paint too much. Just one. This is like this type of brush that is actually called aqua brush is basically like we will say aquarella is watercolor. It's kind of watercolor type. So we have this kind of ground. They made these horizontal lines. It looks like it's moving as well. Something like this here. As well, we continue with the same type of direction here. But what did we say? We said that we had this kind of trees, no? We had some trees here. Now just changing the direction, doing such a insinuating this type of drawing, changing directions, horizontal, vertical, like this, some branches. You don't need to draw a tree, you're just making some shadows there. Something like this, like an old forest is behind him. We leave some space for him to breathe, maybe just a little bit of this, that maybe we can add a little bit of tone of grayish tone. But we continue. There is a very, very tall, very high mass of trees here. It's a deep forest as well. Can make like it's like this. You see now maybe it doesn't make sense yet, but as we are kind of evolving the drawing and doing this and that, it starts to keep an eye on things like this, like the perspective. If we are living that is far, we're going further in this point, the river, okay, is going that direction, in this part is going this direction, so we can't make a straight line. So now when we again start making some, let's say like this, again without pressing, without making full lines, Okay, something like this. You can make this, that it is going as well in the same direction. The forest is going that way. Now here is where we need to do some little bit of drawing. These kind of trees as well remind me to a little bit Disney, the beginning of Disney, when you had this kind of the Flowers and Trees is a short that they made, a very beautiful short. I recommend you to watch it. And you have this kind of crooked trees that they dance, and there is a fire and they need to escape, and all the animals and everyone is trying to escape and everything. It's very, very nice animation, old school animation, all manual, made by hand on paper, flipping paper like this. They will put one paper, and with the fingers, one paper in each finger, and they will do like this to see the animation. I've done a little bit of animation as well. I've done a master in animation, and I love it, but I haven't been doing animated stuff lately. I have a couple of things on my Instagram, like shorts, like a flame, something small, but I haven't been animating in a very, very long time, and I'm looking into doing something like this as well. Not sure if for the channel or just for myself, because it's something that it takes a very long time, so I don't know how I could show it to you, but yeah. So I'm insinuating. Tree trunks, different shapes, play with the shapes, so you gave them a little bit of personality. This one has the circle, this one has two circles, this one branches here, playing a little bit. Looking interesting. We will do a second pass. You paint a little bit there in this darker tone that we use for the water. We paint the in-betweens of the trees to make a little bit of depth inside, like this, something like this. To give a little bit of, maybe it can even be that there is a path behind him that he needs to pass, he needs to have some information to cross this, he needs to know something about this. It's kind of... He's trying to maybe access the old forest to find some information about something, and this is like the guardian, the god of the river, telling him you need to say this password, or you need to state your business, and I need to decide if you are worthy to pass and see this. So if you see what we are doing here today, that probably if you took a pencil and you are drawing at home as well, you are doing the same thing I'm doing with your own story. You are thinking, who is this guy, what is he doing, why is he talking with the other guy, what is happening, is he protecting something? All of those things are very important. We are creating storytelling, and this is basically how it's done. You basically draw. One of the ways is draw and ask yourself what is happening, what is this guy, who is this guy, what is he doing. Something very nice like this. It's worth as well to add a little bit extra, like we did on the other side, like this. So we have a little bit of shapes there, looking very, very interesting. Very, very interesting, yeah. And I think we should add, I'm mixing the colors, trying to find a little bit of depth here, a little bit of depth there as well. We want to have this horizontal that we said. Horizontal space. yes, just basically this is different, just two tones on one pen, playing with the direction of the lines, with the intention of the lines. And this is how you make a illustration. This is how you make stories. And yeah, my head is basically in a continuous state of thinking about the stories, and in daily life things I look into a pattern and I see a character, I see a scene, I see something, and I'm thinking about a story about that when I do my drawings as well and all these things. So yeah, this is looking very nice. We want to add a little bit. This is almost end of life. If you see very small, almost end of life, I'm very sad because I think it's my favorite pencil from my full set that I have from multiple brands. This is my favorite. And yeah, I just want to add, I'm not gonna be painting as such, I'm just adding a little bit of intention as well, like we did with the pen, but another pass. If you think about it, you can tell me, oh, when the drawing is gonna be done, and the drawing itself is gonna tell you when the drawing is done, and you see all these things. Sometimes even when I finish the video and it's finished and everything, I take a nice picture to put it online on YouTube and Instagram and everywhere, and I will say, I may still think I'm missing something. And a couple of times it happened and I added a little bit more of black here, or a little bit circle there, or I'm missing a line there. Because as I said, this is not an exact science, this is art and creativity, and you need to let the moment guide you as well, and the process of creativity to see what is gonna happen with this. And yeah, feel free to tell me in the comments what do you think about this type of drawings, what do you think about the Inktober project that I'm doing at the moment. If you are liking it, tell me what other things you think this river god can be thinking or doing, or maybe like the Sphinx that is gonna say, he's gonna ask about the answer for a riddle. It has a riddle, so he can pass through this magic realm of the old forest, and something like this. Yeah, feel free to, if you have an idea or a story that is maybe, I think this story is like this, just, yeah, just put it there. It's very nice. I'm just gonna close the top like this is kind of an entrance. There is an entrance here. Yeah, like it's like a, as I said in manga, to make sure that you understand this is my guy, this is who I'm talking about, they will do this kind. You will see the textures, they go mixed here in different directions, and they will do this. But for us, in illustration, that we are doing today, illustration and doodling and sketching for let's say a concept of children's book illustration, it works very nice as well if our creativity is telling us, is actually this entrance, is the entrance to the forest that he is guarding in the crossing of the two rivers, that the two rivers come together here. Yes, we can use it as well like that. A story can have multiple interpretations, and yeah, so feel free as well to say, to write there in the comments, what do you think is happening here, and who are these guys, and why is this little one, this wizard top hat, is going here to, what is he doing there? Is because there is a problem, is someone else, some orcs or some black warlocks attacking or going crazy around the area and you know, causing trouble? It could be as well. It could be as well. Doing some lines like this. We need to add a little bit of detail here, like more grass, because this is like a triangle of land here that we can add some details like this. As I said, don't be scared of the paper, just add, and the paper will tell you when it's enough. I think it looks very nice. and what I fancy now is doing some final touches. The forest, we don't want to touch it anymore, apart from these little details that I'm putting now, because it is not my main focus, okay, of the scene. Okay, there is a background. The character is not floating on the air. He is somewhere. The river god is somewhere. Okay, it's in this environment, and that's what I want the background to tell at the moment, that we are somewhere. But now that we have kind of everything settled here, more or less, some adding extra lines here, just to make sure that these parts that they are fading into the nothingness here, they actually fade a little bit, and these ones here as well too. They actually go outside of my interest at the moment. Yeah, if you have computer as well, you can always zoom in here when you are drawing and give more importance to this character or define it more. Now, how we are just doodling for a concept, this, for me it's a very nice drawing, a very nice sketch, and then later, if you want, you can leave it as it is, or you can take a nice picture, put it on the computer, zoom in, start defining more, adding more shadows, or adding even a little bit of faded color, like a little bit of greenish, bluish color to the water, or maybe the rivers are two different colors, like maybe this one is green, this one is blue, and they are mixing there, and that is why he can emerge, things like this. And you can always do this thing, and yeah, and define more maybe this figure as well, because now we just done like a little thing, like a small silhouette, like there is someone there that we can't recognize. I'm even gonna make it a little bit more darker like this. Okay, something like this, that he's there, very small. Very small on the riverside. And he came through this path that we have here, something like this, very nice. And as I said, I think we're almost done. I just fancy maybe doing this, doing a little bit more of lines, because you know that when we add colors and when we add a little bit of tones, sometimes we lose the pen if we paint on top. But doing something like this, it keeps it alive, and it makes it pop a little bit. It's popping out of the drawing a little bit. Can always do a little bit more here on the side to make it darker, so you are kind of framing him a little bit like this. You see, it's been framed like this around the crown. The crown is kind of fading up like this, like some type of bubbles or gas or something. He's ethereal. He has no real body. This is just the water is coming together and it's pumping up, going upwards together and creating this being, this river god. So if you are enjoying my processes as well of creating characters and how I do storytelling, how I develop stories, how I create stories and everything, and this is what I will do if you say, okay, I have this drawing done, but I just done a drawing, I don't know what is the drawing about. I have this guy that it's epic, blah blah blah, with like this design, but I don't know what the guy is doing. And then I can say, okay, because this type of clothing, the guy is doing this, or is this type of, he's working in this type of thing, or he has a companion that is like that, or he's like a strong guy, or he's like a more like intelligent, focused guy, or more nerd guy into library stuff and things. So depend of the character as well. Maybe you have a story and you don't know how the character may look as well, so you can look into that and then define, and yeah. So feel free to in the comments talk about ideas, about what do you think about the stories that you like. Yeah, give a little bit of feedback as well from the channel to see what you think about the channel and everything, and yeah. So I think I would say for today we are finished with the video. It is looking very interesting, very nice, this nice sketch. So just gonna erase here, we made the marks to make sure that we don't go out of frame, because it happened a couple of times that we went out of frame, and I don't want to be talking about something that you can't see on the video. That's not nice. I wouldn't like that for myself when I'm watching something. So yeah, so here on the top I'm gonna put a list of the other Inktovers, that this is gonna be as well shown in the show more section of the video. If you click down there on the show more section, you're gonna see a list of all the Inktovers I've done, and this is the 15 so far. River, it is very nice concept for today, something different that we don't normally do. Normally we define more the character in a more cartoony way and thing, but today we've done more like a little bit of a scene and something happening, like telling a story. And yeah, I think it's very nice too. Feel free to check these videos up as well if you like it, and tell me what you think about them as well. And yeah, I will put as well a couple of One Piece videos as well. I'm doing some theories for all of you that maybe just came now or new to the channel, or you don't know what other things I do. I post as well about One Piece manga, talk about some characters, some theories. Keep away of those videos if you are not up to date with the manga, because I'm talking about the spoilers, I'm talking about the ideas that I think are going to happen in the future. But if you are up to date and you fancy watching some One Piece content, just have a look and tell me what you think about it, okay? That will be appreciated. And I'm always very interested in putting up those videos, and I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm enjoying those videos a lot as well. So, because I can talk about things that I like and leave my imagination to go crazy and make some ideas. And yeah. So this is prompt 15 for Inktober 52 River. We've made River God, and he's kind of showing up in this cross of two rivers because there is a guy, there is a wizard, top hat, like a very, very small silhouette here of someone, kind of trying to request something from him, probably passage to go into the old forest, and he needs help because there are some dark forces closing by the area, and they are attacking the animals, attacking the forest and the nature, and in this case the river god needs to assist in this task. So we are done for today. I'm gonna be signing here. This is DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23. You can say it as you want, and this is the Mandragon's Cave. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you like it. Like, subscribe, comment, send to your friends and everything. If you have any drawings or any comments about it, just put it in the comments and we can talk about it so we can see it. And I hope you like it and I hope you enjoy it. I see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.